Most agents are out there grinding, cold calling, door knocking, running ads, and they're wondering why they're burned out. When the truth is, there are AI tools that can be saving you countless hours every single week. It can generate more leads for you, and it'll make you look like a marketing pro. The catch? Agents really only know of one of these three, which is why I'm about to show you the 3 AI tools that I am using currently in my business so you can start making the change to yours right now. What's up, guys? Anthony Esposito with eXp Realty. And before we get into it, if you're struggling with growing your business and you want free help and support from me, click the link in the description below and let's talk about taking your business to that next level. Okay, first up, Manus. And think of this as like your unfair advantage for any type of marketing intelligence that you want to do. This stuff is amazing. It typically takes anywhere from like 5 to around 10 minutes to run its search, but you could be doing other stuff and preparing other stuff in the background where this 5 to 10 minute search, it could end up taking like an hour. So right out of the gate, you're saving roughly an hour of your time. Now, for my recent video I did, it's Northeast Ohio builder incentives and info for September of 2025. And all I wrote was, I need you to pull data on the current Northeast Ohio builder incentives for this month of September 2025. And then I go into saying, these builders should include Dries, Pulte, Wayne, Schumacher, Diani, Parkview, just a few in my area. And I even put in other home builders. And if you can't find the incentives online, gather their basic information like pricing and where they build. And enter. That's it. And then it spits out and it says, I will gather data on all the above stuff. If incentives are not available, I'll collect basic information like pricing and building. And it went through and you could see the search that it ended up doing. I found Dries homes. I've confirmed incentives for all the homes. I've completed searches for incentives. I've confirmed incentives for, these homes. It goes through multiple different sites and it's doing everything. And meanwhile, I'm building out the rest of my video and building my thumbnail and getting all of that set up. And this is all just working in the background. And it goes through, you could see the slew of information. There was 4 different pages that it ended up going through. And then there it is. Boom, here's your report on a current Northeast Ohio builder incentives and information on 2025. Task complete. So what do you do after that? You go up here, you click the share button, and you do your thing. You download stuff. You go through. There's, files that are in the task. You can download this to a PDF file. There's so much that can go on. Like I did a search just, where are people moving to Cleveland? And it goes through this extensive, deep research all for you. And it's all current stuff. It's current data. There's, so much overcoming cold calling challenges. That's stuff that I researched for people just to help out. And I gave them this just to help them out because cold calling is huge for, building a business. But, we all have that fear. So there's so much that you're capable of doing. And this is just one of my Manus sites. I do have another one because you get 300 credits per day. But little cheat note, I used a different email and I got bonus credits for it. So I rarely run out now, just saying. But you don't have to pay for it. And if you do run out of the credits, I would highly suggest pay for it, especially if you're going to be doing a lot of deep research. But I've even done stuff like build my guides, my builder guides, or my buyer guides, my seller guides, you name it. And then what do I do from there? Well, it's very easy of what I go from there. I'm going to jump over here and we are going to take a peek at ChatGPT itself of what I have going on. And for some reason, it's not going to cooperate. So we're just going to do this. And you can see, here's my YouTube video tab, property tours, builder incentives. This is what I just did. So that builder incentive I talked about, I took this and I pumped it into the system. And I had it look up the file that was on there. So I entered the file into my YouTube section, which actually let me back up and I'll go here. So I got all these files that are in here for YouTube itself. These are all Manus files. So you have, a report for Cleveland itself, buyer pain points. You got titles, high converting thumbnails, keywords. Like I have all that stuff. That was all Manus driven, and it was all put into that exact format. So then it starts searching all of that information of what is going on. So I took that and I just put it and implemented it into exactly what I want it to do for the builder incentive presentation. I think it's actually a little bit higher. Let me go up really quick. And these slides are all I'm just talking to ChatGPT and having it do exactly what I need it to do. There it is right there. So I entered the file and then I put attached is this month, September 25, builder incentives. Please act as a YouTube strategist for real estate and fully script out a video that will be around 10 to 12 minutes long in detail. For the hook, I will be on the camera and I need it to relate not only to what is going on, but also the title we come up with. This hook should grab the viewer's attention to continue watching and not have the typical search speech pattern of AI. I also need the beginning CTA to be on point when building a new home and have the benefit of a realtor representing them. This will also be used to create a gamma presentation that is detailed. So number 2 on the AI tools is this ChatGPT. And think of ChatGPT as your communication. Think of ChatGPT as your virtual assistant. Here is your VA right here for you. Now, this is the one that most agents know about. ChatGPT is like the biggest, essentially, AI system that most people use. Now, as it goes through, it hits everything. Perfect. Here's a fully detailed YouTube video script for your incentive video, optimized for viewer retention, search, conversion. And it used this file to do everything. So then it goes through. Here's the title. SEO, September builder incentives revealed. Save thousands on new construction. There's my title. Hook on camera. There's the hook based on the file with the hooks that I had Manus run. Early call to action. I don't actually say I'm Anthony Esposito. I do word that differently, but it hits that. And here's the big part. The part that's going to make you look like a professional. The outline for gamma slides and the full script. It breaks everything down. And as you see here, it's coming in strong. Dries is coming in strong this month with 2 solid options. And then it goes into what they're offering. Second, they're buying on quick move-in homes. But heads up, this only applies to closing before October 31st. And this is all accurate information. You do not have to, I don't know if you know this about ChatGPT, but you don't have to ask Manus to verify. Manus does that. It goes through and pulls exactly what you ask it to do. And it goes through extensive research. There's the next slide for Pulte. There's the next one for Schumacher with all the information there. Wayne Homes, Diani Homes, Parkview. And it even says, while they're not offering public incentives. So it knows. I already knew that it didn't offer public incentives on stuff. But it gives me a slide to end up looking at. It does the final CTA, your call to action. And then we could build out everything else that it goes through. And I just went through and I started having a conversation. I wanted to add in a couple different things to it to make it more detailed and to stand out more for clients. Now, this doesn't always have to be for YouTube. That was just an example. Here's some other stuff that I have done. Social media post strategies. I have Manus files in here that tell me exactly the SEO, the GEO, the AEO, the Google indexing. It has everything that you can go through and put into ChatGPT from Manus and build this stuff out and get it to where it is accurate, it's data driven, and it's going to fully optimize all of your content that you put out there. Whether it's video, whether it's posting, whether it's stories, you name it, it will fully optimize every little detail, lead response strategies. I got that in there. A video walkthrough script. This is property tour. I have it run deep researches on properties to let me know every little detail about the property, how to do it. And I tell AI exactly what I want. Now, as far as say for Gamma, okay, here's one. I just sold a house. So I went through, I did its thing. It had the LinkedIn, it had all that stuff. Now, here's all I have to do. If I want to convert this and create pictures for Gamma, for instance, this is great. You want to tell it like if it's good, if it's not good, because then ChatGPT actually learns and understands what you're looking for. This is great. Now, please format this into Gamma for a carousel. And it's going to go through within seconds, Gamma format into a carousel. All the slides. I could have done this if I wanted to. I didn't. I just made a post out of it, but I was just showing you guys. And then now let's take a look at Gamma. So let's copy this and I'll show you exactly how well Gamma works. Here's everything I've already created, but let's create one right now. It'll be really quick. You go to paste in text. Because this is social media, you're going to go social. It's going to put it in portrait mode. Paste. Slide 1, slide 2, slide 3. This is all set up for Gamma. And I'm doing this within seconds. Click on generate from notes or an outline. Continue to prompt. Takes a few more seconds. Now, for market reports, you're going to go detailed because it's going to be less picture, less graphic, and it's going to provide utmost detail. And then if you want something for a carousel in this instance, or a little less detail, maybe more visual, you're going to go concise with this. All that stuff's already punched in. It already knows that. It remembers your theme that you take. There's tons of themes that are in here, not just 6. You could find pretty much any color, and you could also upload your own. Image art style, I always have it on photorealistic. And then extra keywords. I always say keep it professional. Relate it to Cleveland, because that's my market area, even though it was actually sold in Brunswick. I still tell it realistic and colorful. Now, for Gamma, they'll give you 10 cards, up to 10 cards for free. Beyond that, and then once you start changing stuff, you're going to have to upgrade to Pro. I actually upgrade to Pro. It's not that expensive. I use this all the time, every single week. Click generate. Watch how quick this thing builds out a carousel. These are pictures that all you have to do is just extract them after that and punch it into it. There it goes, as you see. It is creating your content. Super easy, super quick. And all of it ends up being fully optimized and properly done up because you're putting in all the information. Now, if we look, sold, I would change this out and put the picture. You can change this stuff if you want to. You just delete it and then you can upload. But it creates the images for you of different things. It sets out like these little, essentially like bullet points. Seller's journey, it's going on that. It does everything for you. And you could change these things. Like sometimes it'll go through and it creates more of like a gothic theme or so. And you could ask it, but it's gonna cost you more credits if you're on the free version. So that's why I say you're gonna want to get it paid. But it can build all of that stuff within seconds. I just made, a post for the day. But other stuff I've done. Here's the builder incentive that I was talking about that it created. This was just my video the other day, and all I did was go into presentation mode and I recorded my video, and this was all detailed, so it lays out everything. Didn't have to change anything. You know, why it matters now. It's talking about the Q3 closing push that builders have, rate advantage stuff, why you need a realtor for new construction. That's all laid out. And then it gets into Drees Homes, everything that they have going through with different communities, fully laid out. This is how you end up looking like a professional. This is how you save hours every single week in your business. And when you become more efficient, that gives you not only more time to grow your business, but it also gives you more of that freedom that each one of us ended up wanting when we got into real estate. So I'm telling you right now, Manus, ChatGPT, and Gamma. If you are not using those three in today's real estate world to build your business, I don't know what you're doing, but you are going to get left behind by the agents like myself and many others that I know in my group that are using these exact tools every single day. So here's the bottom line. Manus is going to keep you informed on all the data you could ever possibly want. ChatGPT is going to help you communicate the data and essentially help you run your business in every way imaginable. And Gamma, that's what makes you look like a pro. And these aren't just shiny objects. These are actual tools that are going to save you time. It's going to build authority and it'll help you reach more clients. Now, if you're curious how I'm using these tools, just like this that I went through on a daily basis, and it's not just to sell homes, but to attract agents, to build a team, to grow your business, everything and anything you could think of. I've partnered with EXP and the Wolfpack, and if you want to see what that can look like for you and partnering with me and my leaders, my sponsor that I have, just go in the description below and click that link so we could take a look at your business and how we can grow it and grow it quite rapidly.